Hello everyone, welcome back to Be Dabble Crafty Crochets and Knits. Today I'm working on a beanie with ear flaps. So I start with 2 strands of yarn, cotton yarn. I make a slip knot and a long tail cast on of 4 stitches. Using a double-sided needle. At this point I'm starting with the ear flap. That's what I'm making. And I'm going to knit across these 4 stitches for 2 rows. I'm using two different yarns, well, 2 different colors, the same type of yarn, because I wanted to have a thicker texture, and I also want to pick the colors I want to pick. So this is like a sky blue and an aqua colored yarn. The yarn that I got from Amazon, it wasn't in English, so, and it had a variety of colors, so I'm just guessing at the color. And this is the second row. And once I've completed the second row, I'm going to start with my increases. So in this row, I'm increasing in the first stitch. Then I'm going to knit the next 2. And do another increase in the last stitch. So in the end of this row, I will have 6 stitches. This I'm going to knit and increase every other row until I get to 16. Once I get to the 16 stitches, I switch to a circular needle. So I slip the stitches onto a circular needle after the 16 stitches. And I'm going to cast on 10 stitches in between on the circular needle, because this is where I'm going to be working for a little while. I'm going to end up switching it again later on. And then slip the second ear flap. Actually, I knitted onto the circular needle. I didn't just slip it, I knitted on. So I'm going to knit across the 16 stitches of the second ear flap, and then I'm going to cast on more stitches, 6 stitches to be exact. For the next round, I'm just going to knit straight to my place marker. And once I reach my place marker, I'm going to do knit and purl. This is just a design choice to make the transition from the ear flaps to the beanie itself look smoother. This is just my way of doing it. I don't need it to be exact, but just for the transition kind of look. That was my thinking. But after this round, I'm just going to knit straight until I reach about 8 inches. I measure 8 inches. The ear flaps look more like they're actually a garter stitch, and the hat is gonna look like or it's gonna be a stockinette stitch. So that's when I was talking about the difference, the transition, the look of the hat. So this is my 8 inches in depth. See, I'm measuring it to be exact. And from here, I'm going to start my decreases. Now for my decreases, I pull 2 stitches onto my needle, yarn over, and knit them together. I'm going to do this for the complete round. And as it gets smaller, I just switch to double-sided needles because it gets tight when you keep decreasing row after row. So I just slipped back to double-sided needles. These are different needles than I originally started with. The sizing I thought was a better match. But you just keep going until you can't go any further. And then I'm going to use a yarn needle to sew it all together. After I cut off the excess yarn. So I thread my yarn needle, and I'm going to do a whip stitch. After I turn it inside out, I do a whip stitch, so I just pull the yarn through on the needle on the yarn, and I go to the ends. What's this? Yes, the inside. It's the back row, actually. And I whip stitch it closed. I turned it back on the right side. Pull the yarn through. Then I tie it off. And I'm done. I hope you enjoyed watching this process. I hope you'll try it. I'll see you the next time. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye for now.